Currently, amidst the skyrocketing cost of living, the president is finding charming the crowd a hard nut to crack.
One thing which is for sure is that the public is not in support of the President William Ruto for so many reasons, but the main one being the state of the economy, which is oppressing them, making their survival very difficult.
Friday, this amateur video surfaced online. The crowd there could be heard calling for the price of fuel to be lowered and even an end to the promises. Have a look. That's not all. Last week but one, on the 22nd of October 2023, President William Ruto attended a church service at Rigathi Gachagua. Occasionally, after a church service, the president prefers to stop over at the nearest town to speak to locals, for those who did not get to hear from him in church. On this particular Sunday, the president pulled over at the junction leading to Satellite Dagoretti. The crowd gave him a largely mellow reception. The president and the Kenya Kwanza legislators who had accompanied him had a hard time getting any answers from the crowd.
That explains why Rigathi Gachagua, even though he has gained immense sympathy from Kenyans because of his impeachment, which many feel was unnecessary and uncalled for in relation to the critical issues affecting the nation, is enjoying much support from Kenyans, especially in Mount Kenya region.
Unajua kuna watu walikuwa wanasema na huyu Rigathi Gachagua hana wafuasi Mlima Kenya, mbona watu watoki kwa barabara, hawakishi moto, hapigi kelele. Hiyo si tabia yetu. Sisi si watu ya kwenda barabara, sisi si watu ya kuwakisha tairi, sisi watu ya kupiga kelele. Sisi tukiona tunanyama.
Even though in Mount Kenya region Gachagua is seen as a savior for fighting for the region's interest, the much support he is enjoying from the ground, which is commanding right now, may be short-lived, and his price, which he has spent for fighting for the region, may be in vain, and he has himself to blame. Here is why.
Mutumie mukireki mushoke mawira muthenya wake amani urikinya.
Rigathi Gachagua, even before his impeachment, he knew his fate as the deputy president was hanging in the balance. Considering the opposition he used to get from MPs, and when rumors of his impeachment came to the light, he should have orphaned leadership by ensuring that the region has a political vehicle that could have advanced further interests of the mountain. Remember, Gachagua back then, being the senior-most government official from the region, and branded himself as the spokesperson and the protector of the interest of the mountain.
Staying on that story, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has continued to defy calls to end his push for regional balkanization, saying that he will not abandon his cause and will continue to seek unity among the people of Mount Kenya.
That's right. Gachagua says those who oppose to Mount Kenya unity should be regarded as traitors and punished at the ballot. But Gachagua's call for unity in the region has infuriated some leaders from the region who say his mission will lead to the isolation of the Mount Kenya region.
Hours after attending the Madaraka Day celebrations in Bungoma, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua headed straight to this formula as support for the region's unity should be earmarked.
And it worked perfectly for him, and that explains why many members of parliament are facing a very hard time holding meetings in the region, including Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah.
MCA mabiroka makendumaga atitikarie kai manyo na tetukwa nione kaike kila niongeni siongee na niwaambie na sisi kama viongozi wa Kiambu juzi wakati tulikuwa Lari, hiyo ni vita ya kampeni, tuliwaambia mikutano ya rais, na nataka niwatangazie hapa President William Ruto na
Even after being widely accepted as the true son of the soil by the mountain, a hero, Gachagua lacks a political party to bring his people together for the betterment of the mountain. Right now, there is no strong party in Mount Kenya region. Jubilee is there, but not strong. NAK Kenya is there, but weak, and other small parties which can be used for the common interests of the mountain. Remember, the mountain is anti-Ruto, and even wearing UDA colors right now is like rattling the wrath of the mountain. A political party right now, considering the status quo in the region, would have worked well for Gachagua, because the people could have supported it 100% as a force for the mountain to push for the greater good of the region. For Gachagua, he could have used the party to take revenge on those MPs who impeached him and force them to join the party and advance his political revenge to President William Ruto for the betrayal. As we are speaking today, Gachagua has no political party, and that is undermining him as a politician who has gone through a lot for the sake of the mountain. His inability to form that party undermines him as a leader and his authority, and already the weakness has been noticed. Nyeri Governor Mutahi Kahiga is the target of the
The Council of Governors has stepped up to tame a political rift between Mount Kenya West and Mount Kenya East following Kithure Kindiki's appointment as Deputy President. Speaking on Saturday in Nyeri County, the governors have affirmed they will fight against any infiltration by outsiders that could weaken the region's political muscle. With Gachagua's political future now uncertain, the governors have vouched for Nyeri Governor Mutahi Kahiga to fill the gap. Here's Margaret Kimathi with the details.
The end of one thing is usually the beginning of another bigger thing.
The impeachment of Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has cast uncertainty over the future political direction within the Mount Kenya region. A day after Kithure Kindiki was sworn in as the third Deputy President under the 2010 Constitution, Mount Kenya leaders have broken the silence over Gachagua's impeachment and the unity of the mountain.
Simumeona mlima bado iko. Sasa mnatisika namna gani? That means when a tree is cut, it can still grow again. No, for sure that Kahiga is not just meant for Nyeri. This is material for bigger things for this country, which he is already doing. Bwana Mutahi, Kenya needs you. Kenya needs you. Your people of Nyeri, you are serving them very well, but you are not cut out just for Nyeri.
Authority comes from God. Today he gives it to you. Tomorrow he takes it from you, he gives to the next person. Na sisi Kenya ngine tunaona hii si ni mlima tu. It has moved from mlima tu to mlima.
The most weird thing is that Governor Kahiga is expressing a certain degree of interest. The man is making a U-turn, and if he does, Gachagua will be alone in his backyard. Gachagua will be weak.
Na ni vizuri tuambie rais tukiwa hapa Nyeri. Your Excellency, Rigiji sasa umemuondoa katika haya mambo. Hiyo ni kumaanisha Nyeri haiko ama Nyeri itakuwa. Nyeri should not be out of the map of the government of Kenya. Ama mnaonaje nyinyi? Sisi tulikuwa huko. Si bado tuko na miaka mitatu. Hiyo ni mali yetu. Sisi ndio tulipiga kura. Si tukajenga serikali. Sasa tunataka tuulize Si ni kweli hata sisi tuangaliwe? Basi Mdhomi ukienda mkikutana na naibu rais mwambie sisi tuko hatuna fujo na yeye.
Remember, failure by Gachagua to instill and trigger feelings of betrayal in his backyard by holding numerous political rallies, especially with Kindiki taking his position, which he was voted for by them, was a mistake, and Kahiga may not face opposition for turning his back on Gachagua. Remember, any senior politician in this country has a party backed by his region. Kalonzo has Ukambani, where Wiper has a major support. So is Raila with his ODM in Nyanza and Western, and Ruto and his UDA in Rift Valley and other parts of the country. If Gachagua had a party backed by Mount Kenya region, someone like Kahiga could have thought twice before making those kind of statements. That is why someone like Mithika Linturi recognizes that he and Gachagua made a mistake of going to the negotiating table without a party, costing them their jobs.
I can tell you for free and without any fear, when you are making negotiations, when you are structured, you come out stronger, you are better, and you cannot easily be targeted. And I will tell you how I regret today that today I regret, because you know I've been a politician for a long time. I'm a practicing one. And why I'm telling you we have to open up our eyes now, because we do not want regrets in the future. That because, you know, well, we're very close to the president, and you know the kind of war and the kind of push that we did.
No one can fear a leader with no party, and that's why Gachagua must act fast. Otherwise, William Ruto by 2027 will overturn Mlima against him, just like he did to Uhuru Kenyatta when Kenyatta was the president. That time Uhuru could not even hold a political meeting in his backyard, and Gachagua should learn from that and consolidate the mountain to his advantage. As always, that is my thinking, and I could be wrong. Kindly subscribe to the channel so that you can get notifications when we have a new video.